I am Malachi, and this is my tutorial slash setup review of the Solo Shot 3. So first off, when you're setting up your Solo Shot on the beach, usually what I do is I turn on my tag or the tracker that you wear on your arm first before you're even getting out of your car, just so it gives it a little time to set up the GPS and everything. But then once you get down to the beach and you're getting ready to track and everything, you go to your settings. And you gotta make sure that when you're tracking, what I like is your framing to be centered. Like sometimes bottom middle just doesn't work. But I found center works really well for me anyways. And then your field of view, I like to keep medium or tight. Just depends on where you're surfing really. And then your trajectory, I just keep that at default 3 seconds. And your zoom lock and cinematic zoom I just keep off. I don't want to play around with those really, because I found that they don't really work that well for surfing anyways. So making sure your Solo Shot camera has the right field of view setup is very vital. So when you're setting it up, you really have to make sure you know how far away you are from the camera. So in this footage, I'm really far out in the ocean, so I have it set as tight, so the camera uses all its zooming potential for it to get good footage. But if say you're closer to the beach and the camera's like right there, you kind of want to play around the settings and maybe go medium or wide, because the camera just won't track you as well in my experience. You can play around with it, but you just might lose some footage. Also, the Solo Shot films your entire session in 10-minute clips. So you're getting like the entire session that you were out. Usually it only films up to 2 hours. But cool thing is if you're surfing with friends and if you have not a tight angle, but a more wider angle, you can actually get your friends' clips as well, even though they aren't wearing the little bracelet thingy or the armband tracker. So my honest review about this camera is that it's good, but it sucks at the same time, because I had to do a huge learning curve of how to set it up, and I had a lot of sessions where I just deleted all the footage because I was just so mad that it didn't track me correctly, or in some cases it just didn't even track me at all, and it just made me really mad and I hated it. And then others, it tracked me amazing and I was super stoked. There's no camera guy that I had to pay or feel bad for because he has to sit on the beach and watch me surf, or bribe somebody to, film me. But overall, it's a good camera when it works, and I appreciate it when it does, because it's pretty awesome. You learn a lot from it, and you get cool footage. But you also have to have the worry of if you set it up somewhere and someone steals it, that would just suck. But that's something you have to deal with. So overall, I just give it an okay. So another little worry that you have when you set up the Solo Shot is that when you get to the beach, it takes 15 to 20 minutes to set up, which can be a little downfall because you're not able to just go and jump in the water. You gotta take the time to set it up correctly, or else you'll have bad footage, or no footage at all in some cases. So making sure you set it up right takes 15 to 20 minutes, sometimes even longer if it's having a hard time. Like if you set it up in a bad area where there's a car or something near it, or like a giant thing of metal, messes up with the GPS and you'll have bad footage. Also, when you get out in the water, you kind of surf with a different mind frame. It took me a year to start surfing with the mind frame like, oh, who cares? I'm just gonna set the camera up, and if someone steals it, oh well, that sucks for me. But that's the honest truth. It's awesome to have it, and it has great footage sometimes, but there is a weird side to it when you're out surfing and you're getting footage of yourself. You're a little paranoid of the camera just being left on the beach. So overall, I mean, if you have the money and you want this thing, just go for it. The footage you get from it is awesome when it works, and and it's really fun going back and looking, and it helps you progress a lot, definitely. But if you're kind of on the fence, I'd recommend you stray away from it, just because you can buy like 2 surfboards or one really nice surfboard in comparison to this camera. But it's really up to you. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.